If I could teach one thing to my kids, it's time is precious. But I tell people out there, time is precious. It's Monday, and you know what that means. 11 o'clock, the Chazz Palminteri Show. Today, we're going to do, it's just me. We're going to do Q&A today. You know, a lot of people send in questions. They can send it to Instagram. You can send it to John. They can send it direct to you, John, right?
They can. NY Video Guy on Instagram.
And NY Video Guy. Or just send it to Chazz Palminteri. Any question you want to ask about anything, life, we don't care what it is. We got neighborhood logic here. That's what we got. If you want to see the one-man show, it's out now. You can see it on pay-per-view. You can see it on Amazon. You could see it on Google. And what else?
Apple TV, yep.
Shot 5 cameras. If you'd like to see it live, where could they see the one-man show live, John?
So starting in October on the 4th, you're going to be in Mashantucket, Connecticut at the Foxwoods Casino. October 10th, you're going to be in Peekskill, New York at Paramount Hudson Valley. October 12th, you're going to be in Des Plaines, Illinois at the Des Plaines Theater. And October 13th, you're going to be in Chicago at the Columbus Day Parade Medal of Honor Award.
A lot of great shows. Excuse my voice a little bit, folks. I did a few shows today. I have a little, wear and tear, I guess, as they say. My wine, the Chazz Cabernet Sauvignon. Absolutely fabulous. It's a $22 bottle of wine. It tastes like $75. I'm serious. You can pick it up at any Stu Leonard's. If your neighborhood liquor store doesn't have it, tell them to get it. It's a great bottle. Don't forget our cigars, the Bronx Tail Cigars, lcgcigars.com. LCG Cigars. Is that right, John?
That's right.
You could pick it up. Voted number 4 in the world, number 8 in the world. And we have the Sunny coming out, but that's not out yet, so I won't talk about that. My restaurants, 264 Main Street, White Plains, 30 West 46th Street in Manhattan. All you have to do and say that I watched the show. Tell the waiter, hey, tell the maitre d', I watched the Chazz Palminteri podcast. Free desserts for the whole table. You got that? Incredible Italian food, free desserts for the whole table. It's all you have to say. Just say that. I watched the Chazz Palminteri Show. Okay. So, John, this is Q&A today. A lot of great questions. We get, I go over 400 or 500 questions a week, right?
You get a ton. So let's start with the first one. And the first one is asking, who is your dream podcast guest?
Who's what?
Your dream podcast guest. I guess somebody that you haven't had on yet, somebody that's still alive.
Wow. That's alive?
Somebody that's alive, yeah.
That's alive, yeah. My dream podcast guest, somebody who's alive. Wow.
Who have we not had on yet?
You know what? I met him. He seems like a great guy. I think to talk to him would be absolutely amazing. Paul McCarthy.
Oh, interesting. What would you talk about with him? About his life? About his music?
About his life, about the Beatles. My God. That's a life, man. You know? To hear about, did they know this was going to happen? How did it feel? I probably would love to get Paul on. Paul and Ringo, if I could, together.
That would be a dream. All right.
I would say that is my dream.
All right. Well, we'll get him one day, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Next one says, if you had to cast Sonny and C in a modern day Bronx Tale rendition, who would you pick from today's actors?
Sonny and C?
Yeah, if you had to recast them for today.
For today, for stage or for film?
For film.
For film.
What actors would you pick? And you can't choose yourself.
Oh, of course not. No. I probably would choose Leonardo DiCaprio as Sonny. And C. Wow.
I think Timothy Chalamet would be a good
Timothy
pick.
Chalamet. He might be too old.
Yeah, maybe.
He might be too old. It's hard to find someone. You got to get somebody 16, 17, 18. They're out there. You just would have to find them. I see Leo being Sonny. Absolutely.
It's a good guess.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of writing a part 2 to A Bronx Tale where you focus on other characters and other stories?
No, I mean, I haven't thought about it. Yeah. People have been asking me that for years. I like to do a limited series. I like to do a maybe 6-7 part thing or a TV series about it, but not another movie. No.
And what would you focus on? Like other characters from the Bronx, other stories?
Yeah. What happened? What happened to see going back to the neighborhood after Sonny's gone? I don't know.
That's interesting too.
Or a prequel.
Yeah, how Sonny came to
How
power.
Sonny came to power, and yeah, maybe that. I don't know.
That could be interesting because I've always wondered more about Pesci's character.
Yeah, I was so locked into Bronx Tale. Don't forget, because it's almost like I did it, John. I wrote the one-man show. Then I wrote the screenplay. Then I did the movie, and I wrote the screenplay. Saying, Then after that, I wrote the book for the musical. And after that, I did the one-man show again on film. So I just think I did it all with that. There was nothing left to do.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm genuinely curious. Like, that would be such a good little side quest for you if you ever had any downtime or wanted to write.
Yeah. There's other things I want to write before that.
Yeah, because I'm sure a million things happen in the Bronx. I mean, in any neighborhood. That's why Bronx Tale is so successful, because your story is universal.
Yeah, I actually want to write a movie called Bouncers about my time as a bouncer in the early 80s in the nightclubs there. I think that's fun.
I think that would be funny.
Right.
I'm sure you've seen a lot of shit.
A lot. Back then it was different.
The one-man show never got seen by Robert De Niro. Where do you think it would have been? Did you always see it as a movie, or did you think that it was something that could have been something else?
I did the one-man show to get an agent, and it became this monster hit in L.A. and New York, and I got offered millions of dollars for it, and I wouldn't sell it unless I was in it. And the story. Robert De Niro walked in and gave me my shot. That's about it. You could say, well, if that didn't happen, what do you think would have happened to your life? And I could honestly say that I would have made it anyway, because A Bronx Tale didn't even come out, and no one still knew me, and I auditioned for Woody Allen for Bullets Over Broadway, and I got that part, and I got nominated for Academy Award. So I think I would have made it, because I had just had too much determination. There was no way I was not going to make it.
Yeah, I think if you have the determination and the talent, no matter which direction you take, success is going to find you.
Right.
How did you get the nickname Chazz?
Well, they always go. I got to say, here he is, right here, Phil Folia. He used to kid around, call me the Chazz. Hey, the Chazz. We were kids, and he's the one. Actually, we were sitting on a stoop. I remember. No, I'm sorry, a curb, and we were playing off the point, the ball, and we were sitting on him and I were just sitting on the curb, and we were drinking Yoo-Hoos. I don't know if you remember what Yoo-Hoos were.
Oh, of course, they still sell them.
They still sell them, yeah. And we had chalk, and we were writing. And he wrote, "Hey, Chazz." I said, "What?" He wrote CHAZZ, 2 Z's. And he went, "Look at that, 2 Z's, man. You got to do 2 Z's. It's cool." And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, Chazz. That was it. Hey, Chazz, Chazz. That was it.
I like that. What does it say on your license?
It says Chazz.
Does it really?
Yes.
So you officially changed it to that.
Chazz.
That's really cool.
Passport, everything, Chazz, yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, my Colodro, the hood home, that's not.
That's tough for people to say.
Yeah, come on, stop it.
What age did he give that to you at?
Well, they called me that when I was younger,
Like when you were in school, what did they call you?
Chazz.
Yeah.
Like high school?
Yeah, well,
Chazz.
when did you lose your real name? Like, when did everybody in school start calling
officially,
you
I
Chazz?
mean legally? Probably when I was like high school.
Okay, and then during high school, what did everybody just call you C, or they called you Chazz?
See, and also my real name was Charles. I mean, when I say my real name, Colodro is Charles in English.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Really cool. All right, moving on to the next one. What was your toughest role as an actor?
My toughest role that I worked the hardest on would have to be Excellent Cadavers. I had to do an accent. There was a certain way. I played Judge Giovanni Falcone. We shot in Sicily and Rome, and I wanted to make sure the accent was perfect, and I wanted to make sure I did a great job. So I worked really hard on that.
Was there any role in particular where you didn't think you did a good job at the time, and then you look back at it, or the reviews came out and they were great?
It's funny you said that because, John, there's some movies that I did that I was like, I always felt that I do a good job. I know that's sick to say, but I'm always real and honest in the piece. But I never saw the movies. There's about 7, 8 movies that I did I never saw. I just never saw them. I don't know.
Were there any that you thought were going to flop and then they just became big hits? Like
That's
anything
a
that
good
surprised you?
Anything that surprised me. I knew Usual Suspects was different. Did I know it was going to be a huge hit like this? No. No, but I knew, we all said either this thing is going to bomb or it's going to be a hit. And when it came out, even when we saw it at the premiere, I was like, wow, this is different. And then it just took off. Yeah.
What do you think your most underrated piece is? The one that doesn't get enough attention?
I wish more people saw it because I think it's my finest performance. A Guide to Recognizing His Saints.
I agree with that one.
Yeah, I would have to say that.
That's something like if you ask like a common person, they wouldn't really know what it is.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of people in the industry saw it. And Hurley Burley, too.
Well, the craziest thing in that, besides your performance, is the cast.
Yeah.
How many people had their first performances in there? There was Shia LaBeouf, Channing Tatum, Robert Downey was in it too.
Robert Downey, that's when he started making a comeback. Rosario Dawson, Diane Weiss. I mean, please. It's a great, great film. And also a great director, writer, Ditto Montiel. You know, just great.
What was it like working with Robert Downey? Especially like
He was
you
great.
said, that was his comeback. Like,
It was great. I mean, Robert's he's like a racehorse. He's a Class A actor. But everybody, Diane Weiss was like, come on. Federico Castelluccio was in it.
he was. That's right.
He played the father of Tatum.
Yep, I remember that.
Wait, not Tatum.
Not Channing Tatum, right?
Channing Tatum.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great. Everybody was just so great. Great film, great directing. And a lot of people saw it. It won Best Ensemble at the festival, but a lot of people never saw it. They should see it.
Yeah, it's crazy. When you work with actors like that have that much of a caliber, is it like playing like a tennis match when you're doing your dialogue?
You got to turn it up, man. I mean, look, and I'm proud of Bronx Tale. I think, and Bullets Over Broadway, and that was with the Academy Award thing that I got a nomination. Analyze This and Usual Suspects. But to me, my famous performance is Guide to Recognizing His Saints. It was just something about it. I don't know. I can't explain.
Yeah, I really agree with that one. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Is it better to be poor and happy or rich and unhappy?
This might sound terrible, but I'll go with rich and unhappy. And the reason why I say that is because I know I can get happy. It's harder to get rich. So if I was poor and unhappy, if I was rich and unhappy, I would. Now, if you told me you have to stay that way the rest of your life, then, wait a minute. Then I don't know.
Yeah, picture you had to stay in that
if you
mindset.
had to stay like that, then I think I would rather be poor and happy. I think so.
I guess it depends on how poor. Like, I wonder if
Depends
you have
on
shelter.
how poor,
Yeah.
right.
If do I seek revenge on those who have done me wrong, or do I let it go?
Do I seek vengeance?
Revenge. Do you seek revenge on those
I
who have
let
done
it
you?
go, but I don't forget it. That's the difference. I let it go, but I don't forget it. There was an actor. I won't mention his name because I like him. I ended up liking him. He was on a soap, and he was the star of the soap. And I was on the soap, but I wasn't the star. In fact, I was a glorified extra. It was 1980 something, 82, early 80s, and I played his twin brother. And you never saw my face, but I was the same height and build as him. And he and we talked. I told him about my dreams about writing this thing. Anyway, he just wasn't very nice to me. I saw him out once when I was bouncing at the Limelight, and he kind of just ignored me. I don't know. Maybe I'm sensitive because he ended up being a nice guy, and I didn't like him. He didn't treat me nice. And then years later, not a lot of years later, maybe, I don't know, 6, 7 years later, I broke out huge and became a big star. And I saw him in my lobby once looking for, reading a paper there. And I said, and as I looked at him, I just had all those, I'm going to rub it in his face. Because I was starting to be famous. I couldn't do it. I just walked over and I said, "Hey, how you doing?" He goes, "How you doing?" I said, "What you doing here?" He goes, "I'm looking for an agent." And I go, "Oh, okay. Well, good luck to you, man." And that was it. So who knows? He ended up being a nice guy anyway.
I think success is a good point of revenge.
Success is the best revenge, as they say. Yeah.
How was it shooting Running Scared with Paul Walker?
Running Scared was just a great film, in my opinion. I love the filmmaker. Yeah, Running Scared, John. I love the director, the filmmaker, Wayne Kramer. He was just a wonderful filmmaker. For those of you who don't know who he is, he did The Cooler, which was a great film. Great film. I love that film. Great. I wish I could have played the part I was supposed to play, but someone else played it, and he was brilliant in it, so it's okay. But he was a great filmmaker. I like to work with him again. Yeah.
What's one thing in your life that you spent trying to figure out, but you just can't?
What are these guys that come up with these questions, man?
These are some deep thoughts.
I'm trying to figure out who goes to their death happy. What's life about? Why do people hate leaving? Okay, is it selfish reasons? I'm going to die, you say. Okay, but we're all going to die. Nobody gets out alive. That's the rules. Okay? I don't mind dying. I just don't want to be sick. You know what I mean? Like if I knew you hit 100, or you hit 90 something, and then that's it. You got to walk in and go, all right, my time's up. It wouldn't be as bad as if it was just suffering the last few years. The thing about life is you have to suffer to appreciate life. Anytime you suffer, you go through a growth period. So I think there's a reason behind it. God made it that way, that if you want to grow, you have to suffer. Because nothing grows in the comfort zone, as they say. That's the hardest thing to learn sometimes. Because human beings don't want pain. Pain, give me an aspirin. My heartache, oh, let's go back together. We don't like pain. And that's normal. But if we could learn to accept good pain and know that we're growing from this pain. So I think that's one of the hardest things is to accept suffering when it's right. Now, that might sound crazy, but it's the truth. The times you have to suffer, but that's the only way to learn. And I think that's what God does. I find myself becoming more and more closer to God. I try my hardest. I've always been a Catholic. Have I been right all the time? And no. Have I sinned? Yeah, man. But I always try to come back and say, okay, take me back. And God always takes you back. The good thing about Jesus Christ is he always takes you back. And that's his way of showing you that, hey, man, I'm not going to give up on you. You can do this. It's to learn how to suffer when it's good and to understand that it's good for you. I think that's the hardest thing for people to learn. Really, it's because you want the pain to stop. The parents pass away, you suffer. You see them sick and you suffer. But this is part of life. It's the way God's teaching you to be part of the process. It's all about not wasting time. If I could teach one thing to my kids, I try to instill this in them. This time is precious. And you don't realize it till you get older and you realize you have time, but not forever. But I tell people out there, your time is precious. The most important thing that you have in your life, more than money, more than love, more than anything, is time. Because that time is yours right now. Not the past, not the present, but right now. People go, well, I'm going to this week. No, it's not this week. Well, the next few days. Nope, not the next few days. Well, today I'm going to, nope, it's not today. It's now. This minute. These seconds right now. That's what you have to work on. That's what you have to not waste, is right now. And if you can do that, if you can fill up those times that usually people just waste, you'll have a fulfilled life. Really. Remember that. You have to act like there's a little pinhole where your Achilles heel is, and you're bleeding out of that pinhole. And blood is just falling out of it. And sooner or later, when enough blood falls, you're going to die. But you better hurry. Time waits for no one. Remember that saying? Cliche, but it's true. Time don't give a shit. Takes no prisoners. It doesn't care. So use your time wisely, my friends. God bless you, and I'll see you next week.